ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the ESL Pro League for North America. We are about to jump into our second map of the evening between the players from the Immortals and Splyce, where the Immortals just took the first map on Train very handily in their favor. 16-6 or 7, I believe, was the scoreline. So now we're going to jump on a Cobblestone. Now, you just saw the performance of the first map. Do you think we're going to see any change at all from Splyce moving into the second map, or do we think, again, it's just going to be very favorable for the Immortals roster?
I mean, Immortals is pretty good in Cobble, but I would like Team Splyce to maybe not rely on the default so much, or actually, and more into just have a 4-1. Let's rush somewhere. Let's get some rounds going. Maybe on CT side, let's be a little more random. Let's push. Let's peek. Let's try to get that early pick and then fall back in the bomb sites. I think that'd help them maybe a little more in the long run, because their CT side looked pretty. I mean, they didn't really do anything.
I mean, overall, like the biggest issue I noticed for the Splyce roster is that we just weren't really seeing impact beyond like two players. Crucial was doing pretty good on the CT side, but when it came to like T-side stuff, I was seeing, I mean, even back on the CT side to a certain degree too. Davey and Crucial were there. T-side we didn't really see much at all, besides like Davey finding a couple nice entries here and there. So just all the other three players on the team kind of flatlining right now. We're just not really seeing anything impressive from them at all.
And we could probably, they could probably fix that if they're able to exchange kills more, because a lot of times they're just like one or two people got picked off, and then they kind of just held back, and that's me holding the corner. That's my holding the corner move, okay? And so they're just holding back and just waiting to
describe this fully.
Yeah,
for us,
if you see me do this, you're like, what is this guy doing? It's me holding a corner with a rifle or maybe an AWP.
You gotta duck down a bit there.
You gotta duck down a little bit. I'm crouched when I shoot, okay? But yeah,
gotta get the accuracy.
You do. You gotta crouch sometimes.
Yep.
But I would like Team Splyce to really just bait each other, have some crossfires, and just be able to finish out some of these rounds.
We just had the final player join the server, by the way, ladies and gents, so the match should be getting started here at any moment. But again, Cobblestone, which has kind of become a bit of a home favorite for North American teams. Not necessarily saying that they're really good at it, but just they love to play on it here, especially in these domestic matchups. As we see it being fairly even, depending on the teams that it played up against. So we will jump into the pistol round now. And again, Splyce will start up on the CT side this time, with the Immortals on the T side. Let's get into it.
Yes. And for all you viewers at home, please tweet at Blue to eat his vegetables. Please do that. I would appreciate that. Thank you. It looks like Immortals is going through a fast B rush. Splyce, though, has 4 people stacked. It's going to come to an aim battles, and Splyce getting 2 kills off the bat. 3 kills now. It's a 4-on-2 in favor of Splyce. It doesn't look too good for Immortals.
They're basically just stuck right now on the platform area, and the immediate area, just kind of sitting outside of it here. Splyce have him held in pretty well. It's very dangerous to go for the cross, and he's going to try to get himself close to the site anyway. At the very least, they want to try to get a plant on this now, but that's putting a lot of pressure on Bolts, and he can't hold it off. The good news is that he did waste enough time at the very least to find the plant. Ultimately, though, Splyce is going to gain victory on the pistol, and that's what they'll take away at the end of this one.
Good round by Splyce to hit their shots and outshot Immortals. It was a 5-on-4 in that area, and they managed to outpick them. Outpick them.
By the way,
outpick them.
My protein-only diet.
No, there's
very
no such.
crucial.
Eat vegetables. It helps you think better. It's proven, scientific fact.
Please explain this to me now.
It has to do with the vitamins and nutrients that
Which
you get. It helps your brain. There's plenty. There's A
I felt
through.
like fish was brain food.
That's part of it. There's a lot of brain
Yeah,
foods
like vegetables
out
aren't brain food.
there.
Though.
They're very brain
Like they're
food.
healthy. Like
Very brainful.
Anyway, action getting started again. Red trying to dodge out of the way of, well, death, but it doesn't really work out so well. Zeus is going to take him down. Fast trades home, rolling in for the Splyce roster, and now they've got pretty good control of this too. Crucial's going to be able to finish off Zeus, having to dodge away from that last player for a moment here, but Henny is playing with him. Crucial just wants to avoid death for the most part himself, but Henny still fragging out a bit, picking up one more kill before finally going down to Crucial.
Immortals taking a risk right there. They plan the bomb first round, and then they buy up instead of saving and now you know, buying this round with AKs. So I found that kind of unnecessary risk. There's no reason for them to do something like that.
I'm starting to see teams kind of try that a little bit more recently. It seems like, again, just kind of like a shock move to try and, oh crap, they bought this round. Cause I mean, it seems to be like the status quo. This play, oh, okay, second round, they're just gonna have like P250s at most, being a relaxed guy, just play back. But I mean, all of a sudden, if they're rushing with Tech 9s, maybe catches you off guard. Obviously, didn't in that round. So, and now they're just gonna be on a trash round here where Splyce is tearing them apart.
Yeah, if they were going to do something like that, I would like them to buy an AK and then drop it for a person with armor. If they want to kind of do this surprise buy, you know.
Energy, actually, I think. We haven't seen them play this season yet, but they've did that quite a few times in the last season, especially kind of towards the end.
That's an old school move.
That was like a Gabi thing.
Yeah, that's an old school Gabi. There you go, old school player. And so, if I would prefer them to do something like that instead of just buying Tech 9s and armor, because, you know, even if they do surprise buy, they still expect you to have pistols, and they're going to play against pistols, and so they get dominated. So there's no ult for Team Immortals. They're going to go with the rifle thing, and looks like they're going to their 3 towards B, 2 towards A. Splyce, though, stacking 2 people towards A hall. They left Arya on that boost spot, and Crucial getting the nice first pick. And now Immortals is in a little trouble here.
Funny that first pick too. Again, the Immortals players are going to seem like they're a bit lost, but again, really just sitting back to wait down the timer a little bit here, and also seeing if anyone else from the Splyce, so they can get a bit lucky by pushing out there. Arya holding in the bottom.
Bolts, come on! How do you not check that spot, Bolts?
Waiting for more. Here's the question though.
Bolts.
Did Arya see Bolts?
No, he did not.
He's going to see him in a second.
He doesn't.
What?
I don't think he saw him.
No one saw.
Oh my goodness, so this is going to be devastating for Team Splyce. They don't expect it. Asilian is going to be so upset at his teammate.
What are they going to do with this, though? They move the bomb over, so they're going to commit to this. This is absolutely intense right now. Because here's the thing, right? This is a double-edged sword. Bolts can find kills into the players that are in the site because they don't expect someone to push, but at the same time, players that push back halls, they won't expect him to be here either. So basically, who's going to have the better flank? It's the battle between these two. He's going to have support from a teammate, though, and in the meantime, drop action's going to start first. Henny finds that first kill onto Asilian. Now they can strike from long. But this flank from Arya, keep in mind, this is where it could have big effectiveness.
He does have an though, so... And he gets the first pick off Bolts. It's kind of worked off in the end.
Trying to pick him off pretty quickly there. Zeus finds the frag. Henny's just shutting him down over here below catwalk area, but crucial as he finds one more against Henny.
Crazy round there in A halls.
Bit disappointed in the payoff, to be honest.
Yeah, only 1 kill in the round loss, so it's not a...
We're gonna have to expect some like epic observing from Sapphire to like keep up with both of those fights.
It was good.
Once,
I liked the angles and how she was using those.
It was a lot less dramatic than I thought it was gonna be.
But she played off like a Michael Bay movie, with us, you know, out in.
The shots really quickly. One of those the jump cuts.
Yep.
We need some Hans Zimmer music to go with it as well.
Lucas is jumping down the drop air, getting a kill with the MP9, I believe it was. But Davey exchanging the kill, so now it's a 4-on-4. In Immortals, though, it looks like they're working way towards middle with the bomb. Felp, though, he's going to throw a smoke or a nade and then fall back. It looks like Immortals going to hit this A. Splyce, though, they're going to have 2 people towards A, so it's up to Asilian to hit these couple kills. And they're sneaking up right above him. Oh, nice flash.
He's only going to grab one with it, though. A bit too cautious to actually follow up, but that they should be able to see him now. That Molotov.
This is not good. And he TKs himself. At least he got, you know, they didn't get the kill off that. I mean, they still get money, the 300 bonus.
Yeah, that Molotov he threw, though, that was a bit obvious. So
yeah, that was a little iffy. I would have just, you know, in that situation, just peek out. You know, just peek out and go for a kill. You know, that move right there, it's meh, in my opinion.
So now the rest of the team is going to follow up here. Still even for the time being, but I mean, Immortals are going to have a big advantage pushing into this site, unless we see those rotations moving in now, which thankfully we do. Davies on the way over to assist on the A-bomb side, and Arya is still prime with the op, but Arya not going to be able to see that much. He's stuck behind right now. He's like, oh, and that unscope was so poorly timed. He couldn't get anything now with that one. He literally scoped right onto his forehead.
And Arya's in big trouble right now. He's going to get surrounded by Team Immortals, and they managed to put the bomb down. Arya needs to get a pick right now for the team to have a chance.
Arya, come on, you got to find something here. Crucial starts it off for you. Got one more to go. Check your left side. He's not paying attention to it. Bolts Finds the trade onto Arya. Now it's off the Crucial, and he can't do anything about it either. Bolts is just going to shut it down with that flight position, and the Immortals will find a second round.
Yeah, I mean, after this point, they know you're there. That was a bad move to fall back and hide. Just either swing to the left, fall back, or just run and gun out and kill. I mean, even if you got 2 kills right there, that would have been huge for Team Splyce, and that round could have been completely different.
But now we will see Splyce back down onto a full eco here. And they're going to try to be a little bit more aggressive, at least approaching to the A-bomb site. Lucas, though, wasting no time. Bit over-aggressive, if I say so myself.
Second round in a row he's done that. Just jump down, drop, a headshot on someone. So I think Team Splyce is going to try to pre-nade, pre-molly off the drop area next round.
Counter boost 2 from Red, as you can see, just off to the screen to the right there. Red's up on top now. He is going to bail from it, though, since he does see the late... I mean, this late rotation works out the timing perfectly, because it kills Red's counterflank. And so now they're basically free to push out onto the bomb site here. We've even got Arya trying to go for a really far-fetched flank.
Zeus loses the bomb by chicken coop, though. Now Bolts has to run and try to get it. They expose himself, but they were able to hit their shots, and it looks like it's going to be a round for Team Immortals.
We'll see what Arya can do here again. I doubt anyone's expecting him to flank around this far. But there we go. He's been spotted now. They're all going to overwhelm him. Bolts with the finalizing kill again here for the 6th round. And it will tie us up at 3 rounds to either team. But the round which decides who will gain the lead comes in on a gun round, where again, hopefully things will get a bit more interesting.
Yeah, Henny's picking up the AWP. Pretty standard. Crucial, though, AWPing as well. Let's see what kind of setup Team Splyce is going to do. Looks like they're going to send 4B right away. They're going to try to stop this rush. I think Arya pre-nading the drop, making sure that he's not up there. But Immortals, though, they're lurking. They're trying to listen for footsteps, and it looks like they might just do a B explode right now.
Crucial's going to be smoked off. He'll have to get aggressive if he wants to go hunting. Molotov, though, burning him alive, and amongst that chaos, Crucial is able to push right in. He gets a bit too hungry for it, though, and Henny will find a trade when he repeaks.
Yeah, Zeus was confused right there. But nice exchange by Lucas. Good exchange by both teams. It is down to 2-on-2. We have Bolts in the site with the bomb. Arya's looking through the smoke, and Henny's on top platform trying to get some AWP kills. Basilian is trying to spam him through the smoke. He almost gets him. Arya finishes off the kill. Now it's a 2-on-1 for Bolts. Bolts has to do something big right now.
It's going to be finding that first kill there. Trying to hold the chicken coop, but the Molotov's going to push him out. Last chance to find the headshot. He grabs it anyway. Bolts, doesn't matter where you push him to. He's still going to find those headshots, and he's still going to close out the round. Bolts with a 3K. Picks up the lead for the Immortals now.
They knew where he was. They molotov him off, and they still managed not to hit him.
Cillian was ready for the fire.
Bolts is ready, but I don't think Team Splyce is ready. And now Team Splyce has to save. But they do get some armor. It is a double save, so it's a pretty standard play by them. And buy to 2,000.
And they're just going to go for, oh my goodness, they're just rushing up to the A site, to be completely honest. Cillian tries to wrap his way over towards Suicide, but they've got Bolts watching for a flank from this position. You can see him walking right out, and he'll get clotheslined. So the rest of Splyce, again, will try to rotate him, but with these pistols, not expecting much considering how well positioned the Immortals already are here. There we go. Phelps, even watching over here, like in back B halls too, they basically got all their bases covered. So no chance at all for Splyce to really do much, anything cheeky here in this round.
Team Immortals dotting their I's and crossing their T's.
Very much so. It's a clean
spell checking their papers. Okay.
Using Microsoft Word to ensure perfect accuracy. There's one error though, and that'll be found with Red. Gotta uncapitalize that D there. Bit of a shame.
This is a city that I'm talking about over here, okay? That's why it's not spelled properly.
That is a $2,000 mistake.
Next round, though. Immortals up 5-3. Looks like their Immortals is going to hit towards this A bomb site with the bomb. They're taking over middle. A little different from their usual heavy B setup. It looks like they're going to take A halls pretty fast. Is Cillian all by himself in the A bomb site. If Immortals pushes this pretty quickly, they could catch him off guard, and it's be easy to take the bomb site.
And there we go. Zeus already starting things off. Countering out the drop push, shuts down Crucial.
Oh, this works really well. They have 3 people still in B for Team Splyce, and Cillian's going to be in big trouble right now if he does not get 2 easy kills.
Spots the first one, actually shuts him down from the lane. Again, though, too hungry for the frag. Stays out in the open, and he'll just get traded by bolts. Recurring problem now for these teams. Not only this, but Phelps dropping in late over here. It's going to open up a flank. These 3 have, it seems like they've already kind of resided to save. They might have heard Phelps move down drop, but certainly not going to be able to stop him immediately. As Phelps finding Arya there, strikes his first kill. And now it becomes a manhunt to try and stop the 2 remaining players on Splyce from saving these guns.
Yeah, great round by Immortals reading that whole situation. They hit A halls when they only had 1 A. I mean, there's not more that you can ask for than that. But Zeusin also opens up with an opening kill. I mean, that's just that's great job by Immortals. Now Bolts is going to try to fight with Davey here. He's going to hide. And Davey, is he going to save too? Oh, he's running up. And Davey. Why do that? I mean, you're saving the gun. Just hide in a corner or something. Wait, like you're running full speed. You're making footsteps, and you're just endangering yourself by just running around, not checking corners.
So the stand-in red will be the only one to keep his rifle alive off of that 9th round. The rest are again just working with an upgraded pistol and armor buy. Red looking for the big impact, but obviously the Immortals, we've already seen massive success not only back on Train, but also here on Cobblestone too so far. Splyce, they've been making impact on those eco rounds, but it hasn't transitioned over very well at all here to this map.
No, sir. It looks like Immortals is hopping on platform. Arya's blind. He gets, the red is blind, I'm sorry.
Oh no! Crucial! At a perfect angle to try and shoot them in the back, but whips it. Davey will find at least 1 pickup, but now 4 on 2. And these final 2 are way out of any zone of effectiveness here. Arya, they find something against Phelps as he presses in. And in fact, he does. Arya taking that down. Main mission now is to escape with the AK. I'll be happy with that 1 pickup. But ooh, almost gets caught crossing through the doorway. It's brought down to 21 HP after that.
Arya does get an AK though. I would like for him to save this. Have his team, you know, every gun counts at this point. You're losing rounds. You do have a money bonus, but you still, you know, if you can not buy a gun, that helps you out little by little.
Cillian moving in here too to try and retrieve the AK. He's found it. Actually, not only this, but other players here from the side of the Immortals goes down to the bomb explosion. So quite an expensive round for the Immortals at the end of the day. And again, you have those 2 extra saves, so it's going to keep both the Cillian and Arya quite well off in terms of their money. But Arya is going to reinvest instead, tossing that AK over to Davey.
Ooh, double off setup. I like it. I like it.
This has been quite an impactful setup for them too. What we saw back when they were playing Complexity the other day, they were able to shut down quite a bit of the overall T side from Complexity when they went for this. But I mean, against the Immortals, this is a whole different story. They might already know how to deal with this very well, how to try and just shut this down. Ultimately, they have to find it first, though.
And it looks like Immortals is going to try to do maybe a B execute here. And Team Splyce only has 3 people in B, so they definitely have the number advantage against Team Splyce. Arya, though, is trying to rush back to rotate. They know it's going to be a B take. But so far, only Lucas and Phelps are out.
White's found that first one, too. Look at Davey lurking around the flank there. He picks up 1, tries to transfer it into his second, but he'll go down to bolts. And with Lucas's other 2 kills, the defenses aren't looking very strong at all for Splyce. The only one that still has a chance is would have been Arya sneaking in. He does finish off Phelps, but now they know exactly where he's playing from. It doesn't matter, though. He peeks out from the rock angle, takes down Henny. We're even now into a 2-on-2. And the big, huge wraparound flank from Cillian is still on its way through the B halls. About to arrive at this site at any moment. Flash is supported a bit there. It's perfect. Blinds both of them. Primes up room for his teammate to move in. There's a Cillian with the first kill. Bolts does trade it out, but the Molotov is going to press him away from the bomb site a little bit here. So now Bolts, given enough time to get away from this one, presses back up against the site, and the flashbang that he throws is perfect.
Bolts!
So it shuts down a Cillian. Another clutch from him.
You can't stop Bolts.
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
He's unstoppable.
Guys,
It's like a lightning bolt. It's like a bolt. Oh, yeah.
What about a crossbow bolt?
Or Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. He's fast.
Shut down these rounds very fast, too. Hey, there we go, boys. Everybody in Twitch chat hates us now.
It's okay. I don't hate you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't have many friends, Eric, so it's good to have one here on the cast.
I'm your friend.
Thank you. Let's get into the match now, as all of a sudden it's turned itself around. Splyce, 3 kills, although Zeus does trade this out. Davey almost being found out there by Zeus himself, but able to spin around very quickly and correct it. He bolts. Man, the myth, the legend himself, into clutches 1v3. He's giving away his position there, but still corrects it. Finds the first kill, tries to transfer it over towards drop, but Arya will end things before it gets too crazy.
Good run by Splyce. Immortals trying to send that 5 towards B. This would be a good round to kind of change it up and work towards that A-halls. I think that'd be pretty good on them. But I would like for them to work the A-halls and then fall back into B. Because I think Team Splyce would probably expect them to work A-halls. That's why they're sending 2 people. Oh, no. Arya is going towards middle now. So they are sending 2 towards the A bomb site. Be a good idea. Immortals are doing their standard. Just kind of sitting back, waiting, watching for picks, drops. Nothing cheeky. Felpero, though, is going to lure through the smoke and platform. He's going to try to get an early pick. He's sneaking, though.
Might as well here drop down. He'll wait for that press over here towards the drop area. Still only 3 on this site. It looked initially like Immortals may have tried to play around with the A site a little bit, but they've obviously since shifted away from this quite a bit. And now it is just going to turn itself into another default press over here towards the B site, but with a lot more pressure heading over here from drop.
Ooh.
Red completely times that wrong. He'll go down very quickly to Lucas, and not only that, but he found Davey further out on the site. Lucas even finds a 3rd kill against Crucial now. There you go. Round's already over. Arya found Zeus at the very least, but Arya and Asili now to fall back to save the guns.
Yeah, Team Splyce missed their shots. If they would have at least gotten 1 or 2 early picks, that would have been a complete different round right there. But they missed, and if you miss in a pro league, you're going to get killed. That's the name of the game. You can't miss. You can't miss.
Thank you for that insight.
You either miss or you die. No, you don't miss or you die. You either hit it or you die. I'm fumbling the words.
You miss, so you die?
No, I mean, yeah, if you miss, you die.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm very confused now, I'll just be honest
Good.
with you.
I'm glad I got you confused. That was my goal.
Let's move on.
I'm trying to confuse you, Blue.
Cillian is trying to hold just behind. What? Phelps didn't see him, apparently. So he'll survive, and now he's just going to jump into the van.
You never want to jump in a van. That always spells disaster when you jump in vans. Especially if they offer you candy. You don't offer candy or accept candy from anyone in a van. Just a little pro tip. A little tip for you kiddies out there. Don't accept candy and people in vans. I've heard bad stories.
All right. Well, that round ended, and Splyce are now broken, with the exception of Asilian, who survived by ducking down in a white van. Zeus is going to try to drop in. That doesn't work very well. Davey will take him down pretty quickly. And now Asilian, he actually does have a good flank position open up a bit early, but are they going to be ready for the overwhelming pressure immediately going onto this site? Phelps walking right up there. That's a nice shot there through the hole in crawl space. Takes out Red. Brings down to a 4v4. Again, this is a very chaotic round due to Asilian's position. All of a sudden, Immortals aren't looking too great, but they're trying to get recovery back now. He's found Crucial to take him down. Restores the balance into a 3-on-3, but now the pressure moves in. Bolts grabs the clothesline kill against Asilian. Can't find the second. It's another trade. This is where Henny can impact, though. And not only this, but Lucas finding that kill on Arya. A fast shutdown. And the Immortals will be picking up this round. Put them into double digits.
Immortals, whatever they're talked about last night or today, their T side has just reversed. It seems like they don't even have those problems anymore.
And now we'll go into the final round here with the Immortals all of a sudden finding their stride on the T side. Not only here on this map, but on the last one too. Splyce are broken, obviously forcing up with what they can, but it's not the greatest. Not a single M4 on the board. Just a FAMAS on a Cillian, a shotgun for Davey, and the 3 others are working with upgraded pistols. However, Davey making some impact here. He's blind though. After he picks up that first kill, he goes down pretty quickly. Arya with 1 to show for the Splyce roster as well. Shuts down Lucas, but Phelps finds the trade against Arya. 2 left alive, but look at Crucial. No one knows he's this close up to the site. Who's going to walk in there? Pummels one of them with a deagle. Bolts out from Chicken Coop, though, does find the trade. And the last one alive is a Cillian. He'll get double flashbanged.
His retinas are burned.
They're going to try to just nade him out of position there, too. It works, however, the up doesn't fully connect.
Ooh. If only he saw what we saw.
Jumping
Then he'd
down,
be
though.
cheating.
These little bullets tapping him down 1 by 1. Somehow still not dead, though. The Molotov goes inside, but he's got that smoke on the left.
Bolts knows. He knew the Molly was coming. He jumps
Heard it.
out.
He's got to run.
He's a radar.
Usain Bolts.
He's too fast.
He's
too
towed.
fast.
With the very fast Bolts, helping out the Immortals to close 11 rounds. Same scoreline as our first map, actually. We'll be back, guys, in just a few moments with the second half here between these two teams on their second map. Stick around right here at the ESL Pro League.
He's gonna get the one kill in that bombing coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. No! He gets the triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this over still. Oh!
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Immortals not showing any signs at all of struggling here on their second map this evening as they go 11-4 once again against the Splyce roster. Now they jump onto the CT side of Cobblestone, and well, Eric, what hope do Splyce have once again of trying to round the comeback?
I mean, they got a lot of stuff to do. They have to hit their shots. They got to use more teamwork. There's a lot of things they got to do to come back from this one.
Great way to describe it, by the way.
That's my frustration right there.
I've never heard analysis in horse before. So.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult to watch them. Just they're kind of close, but they're so far.
Just tell it like it is, man.
I know. I have
to hide your feelings here.
I have to be real.
This is
I'm here to be real.
This is a Counter-Strike desk. We're allowed to show our feelings here.
Good.
You think a team is horrible? Just say it.
No. I mean, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you can, though.
I'll say their play is horrible. How about that?
There you go.
I'm not going to say
we'll
that they're
slowly
horrible.
bring you over to the dark side. But it is going to be fast action again from Lucas as he does go for the counter boost, and not only that, but it's successful. Finds 2 kills. In the meantime, it's Red stacking up the frags for Splyce. Cillian holding off the flank. Not only that, but he stops Lucas's push. All the action happening inside the castle, and all of a sudden, Bolt is the last one alive for the Immortals in a 1v2.
You can't doubt Bolts. Look at him. He already knows. Coming to A, he smells him from a mile away. He's a nose of a Great Dane.
He's going to be out in the open, though. He's got to be careful. Actually, I'll scratch that. He just barely ducks away behind the safe position with timing. They're going to check it, though. Red looking for it, but there's an instant headshot. Can he get this final one? 4 bullets left in the chamber now. Just 2, but he finds it with 1 left.
Bolts.
A huge pistol round clutch from Bolts in a crazy pistol round itself, but it goes into the favor of the Immortals. And again, their lead will stay true in the second half.
You can't beat Bolts. You can't.
Oh, you can, man.
MVP of the league.
He's
right
looking
now.
like an Olympian right now with these clutches. That's like the 4th one.
I'm sure he could lift a lot of weight.
Thank you.
I gotta throw something out there.
I'm trying to remember what Bolts looks like now.
He has blonde hair.
No, he doesn't, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Yeah, blondish hair.
I didn't think any of the Brazilians had like
Well,
any of the
he
Brazilians
does.
have blonde hair.
He's an exception. That's why
What does
he's
he look like
winning.
now?
He has blonde hair.
I
He's
want to
Bolts.
Google this. Go ahead, Cass.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do a little casting. Looks like Splyce is going to do a flash in, and Davey gets a first pick, easy on Lucas. And they're going to hop out connector, but Zeus with the auto shotgun, just cleaning house. 3 easy kills by Zeus, and Arya's going to try to make something happen here. He gets a pick off Henny, or Hen 1, whatever you prefer. But no, but Bolts is still alive.
It's like a dirty blonde. First
Dirty
of all.
blonde? I mean, it's still
it's not
blonde.
like full blonde. Anyway,
It's blonde.
I'll let
Come
you
on,
continue.
Come on. Bolts though, holding halls. Arya trying to make a kill, but Felpira, he has a good position on him. It looks like he's just going to just destroy Arya. And good round by Immortals.
So they'll go 13-4. Now, obviously, things are not looking very good at all for Splyce at this point. Looking at this round, obviously, it's going to be the trash round. Not a big investment at all as they save up for that gun round, which, in all honesty, might be their only real big gun round to try and stop the Immortals. It's the same exact story as Train. They didn't even win the pistol round this time, so it's an even more dire tale They're basically just going to have to win out right from the beginning of this second half. They need to basically have a flawless T side, otherwise they need to close out from the Immortals. However, Henny makes a bit of a mistake early on here, trying to duck down, but with 5 HP, not a lot he can do. However, he still somehow picks up 2 kills before going down to a Cillian.
Yeah, but they also help with Bolts. I'd say Bolts is doing everything on this team right now. He's probably calling strats. He probably makes some nice dinner. Like, I'm sure he does everything.
He didn't get a kill that round, granted.
No, he didn't.
He was making dinner that round.
He got 2 assists.
That's true.
And those are just as good as real kills. Maybe not. No, they're not just as good. But they're helpful.
I could see like why you'd be so successful in MM now. Like, it's like when you don't get any kills around, it's like, I got 3 assists though.
Give me them points.
Always keep it a positive.
You
Good vibes.
You gotta look at the positives and the negatives, you know?
Screw the negatives. There's a bit of a negative here at the moment, however, and it is Splyce's scoreline. They're still down 10 rounds against the Immortals here, trying to somehow forge their way back into this, but with Immortals having such a dominant stance here, they're going to crush them. Look at how aggressive of a hold they're doing at the moment up on platform. They don't want to let them out at all.
Immortals has no respect for these guys. They're just dominating them, and they're just going to push and kill and miss their shots.
Fortunately, he had the double guess on that one, so Zeus looked away. He tried to readjust over to the target again, but couldn't actually find the connection.
Nice exchange. Oh, there's that smoke that we saw last time when the Immortals played, looking for the feet.
And he spots one of them too. It's going to bring Crucial down to, I believe, 9 HP. And Arya, he's trying to peek underneath it here to see if he can spot Phelps at all, but if Phelps doesn't remain mobile, I imagine that could be very confusing at first.
Tossing off Lucas on the drop area. Can we see? Oh, no, but it doesn't hit him. Let's see if he gets a kill. He hears them above him, and that's a weird peek by both of them. That was unfortunate. And the team Splyce, they just, I don't know, are they hesitating? That seemed to me a little hesitation right there.
I mean,
just peek and shoot.
Unfortunately, the Molotov, like we didn't get to see it on the ground, but it had to have been just barely off the mark here too. But obviously, the Molotov that they had thrown down, I'd be like, it's probably clear. So that's their own fault for kind of not checking that and not throwing the Molotov properly. So caught off guard by that completely.
I'm also a little upset at Splyce. They have not called any timeouts on both maps. If you're losing by like 6-7 rounds in a row, call a timeout. Just do it. I don't care if you don't have anything to say. Just call it to reset things.
Yep. And that is an interesting point you mentioned earlier, too. They do have a coach. It's one of their former players, but I don't think he's actually in the server this evening. I didn't see him at all. I could be wrong about that, but it is a bit interesting.
Even if you don't have a coach, call
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Just wanted to add that as well. But look at Phelps pushing right in. Perfect flashbang. Literally diving inside of there. The Cillian finds one trade, but that seems like it's going to be the end of things now. Unless Arya can clutch this out in a 1v4. He already gave away his position, just firing blindly. Finds one kill, but unfortunately he gave away his own position in the process, and that's going to allow Usain Bolts to move in there and find the final frag. The Immortals close out map 2, and they'll go 2-0 for this evening against their opponent, Splyce.
Yeah, dominated fashion by Immortals. They learned for what mistakes they took on yesterday, and they just plowed right through today.
And unfortunately for Splyce, it does appear as though they have a lot of stuff to clean up on this new roster. It was looking all right yesterday, but definitely didn't carry over into today at all. Tom, what are your thoughts at the moment? What's going on with Splyce here?
I don't know. My thoughts are Bolts happened to him, honestly. He was just clutching it. That pistol round on the CT side was absolutely insane, but I don't want to say he was carrying, but just number of times where he had his back against the wall and just comes out clutch.
Yeah, I mean, I would go as far as say he carried there. That match, the score doesn't show that it was close at all. But Bolts in the first half won a 1v2, they won a 2v4, and then he won another 1v1. And each time a round like that happens, not only do you lose the round if a player makes the play like that, like Bolts was playing in that first half, but then it changes your whole economy. And when you have a player like Crucial that can't afford the op, it's super impactful. And the fact that he did it to them in the first half 3 times and then crushed their backs in that second half on that 1v2 where he literally just got into that position, hit a really nice headshot on the guy jumping, and then was able to take out a Cillian left in that 1v1. I mean, he won them so many rounds, and I don't know stat-wise what he finished with in total kills, but almost every one of those kills just seemed to be hugely impactful.
Well, speaking of stats and speaking of Crucial, let's pull up Crucial stats. 10-17 overall. So we're talking about the battle of the operas there, but it necessarily wasn't because Bolts just clutched it so hard.
Yeah, I don't know that we saw Crucial and Henny go head-to-head too much, but yeah, I mean, definitely Bolts was a star of that. I think Henny had a little bit of a better stat line than Crucial. You see 10-17. But when you're on CT side of this map, you can be super impactful with the op, but when your team's literally losing 2v4s and they're happening on rounds that'll break your economy, you're not going to be able to get that off. You're going to have to double save. And it just, even in the rounds where they had maybe 2 people fall immediately at bomb site A, they had 3 guns alive that they could have saved to bring into the next round. And then people are starting to like hunt for frags, getting a little bit greedy, losing their guns, and then they're even worse economic situation. So yeah, just Bolts made huge plays. I think the only way they could have stopped Bolts is if they immediately substituted in A2Z.
Well, let's take a look at Henny's stats, because he was definitely doing some work. 13 and 12, not going double positive or anything like that, but Immortals, they're looking really strong. I was saying it in the previous map. When they look good, they're looking really good. They've had a couple missteps. They could potentially be more towards the top of the rankings right now. What are they overall now? 5 and 3. They could easily be sitting at maybe 6 and 2, 7 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you eliminate those upsets, that's where they would be. I think for them right now, it's still finding a little bit more structure and pragmatism on their T sides. It's still a little bit sloppy. It's not a consistent level of Counter-Strike. It works against a team like Splyce because they were able to just run around the map, and we saw it there at the end, just like flashing through smokes, running around, and just taking the fights because they knew if I get a clean 1v1 with any player on the other side, I'm probably going to win it. When they have that much confidence, they look really scary. The problem is if the team on the other side is a Cloud9 or a Team Liquid or somebody with firepower that can equal or outgun them, then I don't know that style will work. So it's a very good day of work for them today. They made it look pretty easy against Splyce. Splyce just doesn't have that teamwork yet. We saw so many, that 2v4 situation was just so poorly played that you can tell that it's still a little bit puggy. It's way too loose. It's going to take some time for them. They're going to have Machine Gun coming soon. Be interesting to see if they can turn that around before the end of the season.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's going to be Henny in Immortals taking down Crucial and the Splyce squad. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank The Score Esports. That's the best place for news and stats. So take out your phone, your iOS device, or go to the Google Play App Store on your Android phone. And don't go anywhere, because we have his team, Selfless, taking on Winter Fox.